the news just dropped what day that you heard that you guys got invited to
about
semis?
2 days ago. We found out that our second team is going to Syndicate, so now we'll have 2 teams fighting for a game spot at Syndicate Crown.
Do any other gyms have 2 teams that are going to be there?
I haven't seen the leaderboard, but as I'm aware, I don't think so. At least 2 teams that train out of the same gym. No.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely like multiple teams from different training camps.
Yep.
But nothing that trains out of the same place.
That was my question. Yeah. Like, does Mayhem have 2 teams or Proven have 2 teams out of their gym that are going?
Mayhem does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but they're like different gyms. Essentially, they just train under Mayhem.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's not like the one in Cookeville has multiple teams this year. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so does Proven have multiple teams in it?
No, I don't even know if they have one team this year.
Okay.
I haven't seen much from them, and I haven't seen much from Invictus either.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking about that because certainly in years past, and if you look at the history, we've had some that have done that, but that is a really cool accomplishment from that crew to have, multiple teams. It shows how deep that training program is here, which is really neat. And that was always, I thought a big strength of our gym, like when they had the 6-person teams and you'd have 2 alternates. So you'd essentially have 8 people deep that were able to kind of form a team. Now you guys are, 2 4-person teams and even people who are, waiting in the wings to alternate that. Yeah. So that's super cool. How long do we have until then?
So that is the final weekend of May. So May 29th through 31st in Knoxville. Yeah, so you got
some time.
4 weeks or so, something like that.
You got some time. Mm-hmm. It's not like you guys have not been training for it.
Well, I mean, every Saturday we get a warm out and stuff. So we're training constantly.
What did I see a video of? It was the kind of the A team, the CrossFit Grandview team. They were looking really smooth, like bringing the warm up into a squat.
Oh yeah, squat clean thrusters.
Yeah.
Like
so that's what bringing it, like not having to bring it, stop, pause, call. I mean, just rolling straight into.
Well, we're getting to that point where it's not just how do you do the movements; it's where do you save time on them.
Yeah,
and like doing a clean, setting your feet, and then doing a thruster is going to waste 5 to 7 seconds versus if you can just go right into that squat clean thruster, you're already ahead of those teams who don't train that.
That's the advantage I think we have with being here. I was talking to Allie Scuds, and they have a team that's going to go to a semifinal.
Yep, the same one.
Oh, okay. Are they going to that one?
So they'll be there.
Okay. And they've got good athletes that they've pulled together, and they'll do really well out there. But, the one advantage we have with training consistently together rather than like getting together a few times before it is you guys can practice that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You guys have all worked together a lot.
I mean,
know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Like, you've trained with all those people at noon and 4:30 to the point where, and I remember feeling like this, it's a good place to be when like all of your teammates within probably 5 to 10 pounds of their max lifts, when they're going to, they're good for 5-6 muscle ups, they're good for whatever it is on this. And then someone else has to pick it up, or like, they can do double unders and not get tired.
Yeah.
Like double unders makes them really tired. You start to learn those real nuanced things. Whereas if you have 2 or 3 times you've just like got together.
Yeah.
Like you guys might be lunging a worm and then someone's like they can't move. Yeah. Like their legs are shot. Like that move kills them.
And that's the difference between like the top. If you look at the top from the years past, you'll have teams made out of individual games athletes, and they don't win like you'd expect them because they don't train together.
Yeah.
They're always focused on themselves.
Yeah.
Whereas you have the teams who win, like Invictus 2 years ago, where they were training every day by each other.
Yep.
They know everything about each other.
Yep. I like that. And I like that in the team aspect where the more cooperative work, I think the better, rather than like a skills showcase of each person. And they have some events like that. Sometimes they'll do like some maximal lifting and things like that, where it's going to display like individual skills. But I love when they make them move as units and do things like that. So what do you guys, I love that they're not just like rolling all the events out for you guys to practice the whole time. What are you guys working on the weekends?
So they have done a little bit of hints and stuff. So we do have some idea of something.
Okay.
Not a lot. But I mean, mainly we're working those worm skills and where we know that our team lacks. So we know that now that the online stuff is over and we're trying to go through in person, we need more running.
Yep.
We need more of those odd object type stuff, sandbags, kettlebells, stuff like that.
Yep.
And just hammering the worm, because even if there's only 2 workouts, that's a quarter of the weekend.
Yeah.
Based on the worm.
You guys are generally pretty good on tricky skills, which is always awesome. And that'll be the difference between teams making it and not, if you know, everyone's real comfortable upside down, you know, walking on their hands.
Oh yeah, our gymnastics are great.
Yeah. I'm excited about if they throw some goofy stuff at you guys. You guys worked on the ramp at all?
We've done the ramp, pegboard, stuff like that. Cool. Yeah. Because he has said, the guy programming, JR, has said that they love the pegboard and he's used it multiple years.
Okay.
So we've been on that quite a bit recently.
The pegboard, I feel like, was something that CrossFit fell in love with for a couple of years, particularly after, I think, all the women failed on it.
Yeah, the 2015 year when I think only one woman finished it, and then the next year all of them did. Yeah. I remember
Katrin, I think, won the games, but failed on the last event.
Yeah.
And then everyone got pegboards in their gym.
Yep.
And then suddenly everyone got, it's, you know, that's how it goes. Everyone gets better when they roll out a new, like that. The ramp was a big one. Like that. Like that was a big game changer when they threw that in there. Like, yeah, you can walk on your hands, like walk down stairs.
Yeah, we're pretty good at that. The ramps and stuff, and weird things in our hands, slaloming around obstacles and up and down. Yeah.
Awesome. You guys are running a little bit
more.
Yeah,
we're running a lot.
It's good. That's really good to be prepared for that, because if running goes left on you and, you know, you kind of crash out on a running event, it's hard to do well. Like your body is now like, I don't want to keep competing.
Yeah.
If it fails on running. So being prepped for that, you've got Caroline, who's probably the best runner in the, maybe in the entire field of the CrossFit games.
Yeah. So. I remember last year at Syndicate, when we first got there, she went off on a 7-mile run on check-in day.
To warm up.
Yeah, to warm up for the weekend. And I think it was after the first day, we only did one event, and she was like, well, I'm just going to go get another run in. So in the mid-competition, she's doing more running.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys are training up for that, and then the online semifinal, is that the following weekend?
Yeah, so that would be the first weekend of June.
For the teams or individuals?
For individuals are second, so the teams are first.
Okay.
So it goes Syndicate, individuals in the next weekend, teams. No, I did it backwards. Syndicate, teams, then individuals will be last.
What's your thought on, do you guys have a plan on if you're going to do the team semi after that?
Yeah, if we don't make it through the online or through in person, we'll go through the online one and see what we can do there.
And then the next week will be the individual one. It's a lot of working out.
A lot of working out. And then we have some people who are doing age group, which their first one is Magic City, and that's in 2 weeks from now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we'll have, Chris and Heather both made individual age group, as well as Maddie. So they'll be down at Birmingham Magic City that's in 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks after that, we'll do our Syndicate Crown as a team.
So with all that competing, your weekly training, like say for Chris and Heather, are they just kind of managing their body?
Yeah. They're low intensity-ish throughout the week because they get all their intensity during the weekends. Yeah. Trying just to survive and feel good for the next weekend.
That's what I figured. I'm like, you're trying to keep the body glued together and hold your shoulders and back and knees in place and doing a lot of like accessory work.
Yeah.
C2 biking.
A lot of recovering.
Yeah. If you're doing all that competing, you can't push much training. A little bit of strength work.
It's just maintain. Yeah. We've done a lot of training leading up to it, so they should feel fine. Hopefully we make it through because it's going to basically be 5 weekends in a row of competing.
Yep.
Back to back. So it'll be a lot.
Any plans for the summer after that? Like,
after the season, we'll kind of deload out, do a little strength phase, and then we're getting into our prep for the challenge, which will be in August.
Sweet. Yeah, we'll start ramping up for that. Is that going to be on a Sunday again?
No, Saturday.
Saturday. Cool,
Saturday.
Cool. Yeah, Saturday, like with our schedule, is a better day for it. Yeah, I'm excited for that. That's going to be fun. Do you have your workouts?
All the workouts done. We're testing a little bit of them to make sure they're fitting good with like the time domains and stuff. But other than that,
You had to change some things after you ran through them, didn't you, last time?
Yep.
A little bit?
Yeah. The starting workouts to the workouts that they actually do are always very different.
Yeah. Just through testing and
seeing what we really want to test and make sure everything is good with the heat schedule and stuff that we have so we can make it efficient as possible.
Anything different from last year, like in the way you're doing divisions and things like that?
Last year there were teams of 4.
Yep.
And there were pairs that were co-ed, so male-female. This year there's individuals and there are pairs that are male-male or female-female. So same-sex pairs. And then we also have masters this year.
Cool.
Which are the same
So it's 2-person teams?
Yes.
Okay, no 4-person?
No 4-person this year,
Very cool. I like that. It's a little bit different. It's easier to find
a single person,
partner.
Yeah.
Rather than getting a team of 4. That's a little trickier to kind of pull together. What's the date on that?
August 8th.
August 8th. Okay. Just want to make sure we're ready for it and get the word out. We need some sponsors.
Yeah.
Cool.
More sponsors, the better.
Yep. I'll start putting that out there. Anything that you really want to see at Syndicate them throw out there?
Mayhem's doing that Gwyn, so I think that'd be kind of cool to see some version of that as a team. So a little barbell cycling, not like super heavy, but that moderate load of like a 185, 135 would be cool.
Yep.
Other than that, we haven't done any workouts that are greater than 12 minutes yet through the open and quarterfinals. So a 20-minuter would be nice.
Yeah.
Some longer workouts are kind of where our teams tend to thrive.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a little tougher on, I would just say like maybe spectators.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But if you're there live, people aren't watching that online that much unless they're watching your team. Yeah. So I think watching a 20-minute workout, especially if people are running and doing things like that, that's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
If you can set it up, I think ideally to do not a ton of heats, maybe 2, but you don't want to run 4 heats of a 20-minute workout.
Oh, that's a long day.
It's rough. They did there was a workout they did. They had Fit Club games down, park, it's a big park right downtown in Columbus, but they had a workout that had some running and some thrusters or some different stuff. It was a longer workout, but this one workout, and they had a big turnout for it. They probably had almost 200 people do this thing. It was big. This one workout had to take almost 4 hours.
Oh, my gosh. That's crazy.
I think I came to spectate, and they, like, roped me into judging.
Yeah.
I think I judged probably, like, 3 heats of it.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm like, I think I got through like that workout, and then I just like moonwalked out of there.
Yeah, get me out of this place.
I'm getting in my car and leaving.
Yeah.
This workout's been going on like 3 hours.
Oh my gosh, that's way too long.
So you got to make the workouts. I mean, I think it was a pretty cool competition, but I couldn't keep hanging all day for that. You got to make it where if you're going to do a long workout, like Murph, they did in the games, like we're sending everybody.
Everyone's going.
We're sending the whole crew. Mm-hmm. They've gotten better with that too. Yeah. Like understanding, like we're not going to do an extremely long, agonizing workout with a ton of heats. They did that. They had a workout called the Hundreds in the 2011 regional, and that's when they had 60 people. So they had to run a bunch of heats of this. It was a super long workout. So it was 100 pull-ups, 100 kettlebell swings, overhead, which was, they've never done those again, really, because it was such a controversial, judged movement. 100 double unders, and I think then it was 100 overhead squats with like 95, 65. So it was all like moderate weight. But to watch like this long 100 and you know, it wasn't like now where you take like something and you're like moving it like a race.
You're just in a single spot for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like doing kettlebell swings, everyone's hands, and this is pre-hand wraps and things. 80% of everyone's hands are bleeding all over their kettlebell. Oh my gosh. And you're watching like, you know, the 58th place person like do it, struggling through the workout, and it's, you know, a 20-minute workout, and it's like, okay, the next 10 people are going to come out.
Oh my gosh.
It took like half the day.
Yeah.
I think they learned from doing that. But yes, I would like to see a longer workout too. Are they still kind of like staying away from swimming in general, you think, at the games?
I don't know at the games. They're back in California, so they have the ocean right there.
Yep.
So
they might keep it in a pool.
Yeah. Hopefully we go swimming. I think that'd be cool.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm partial to that. I'm good at it.
I know.
CrossFitters.
You've worked your way into becoming a good swimmer.
Yeah.
I think with swimming, if certainly they would be way more on top of safety. Yeah. And if you open with swims, you're going to be in good shape.
Yeah.
If you don't make them too long, you start a workout with a swim, and instead of pre-fatiguing people into a swim, I think that was the biggest error, is putting tired people in the water. So if you put them fresh in the water, it's like a buy-in.
Yeah.
That fatigues people, and then everyone's going to be okay.
Yeah, and I know the Masters at Magic City are doing mountain biking.
Oh, sweet.
That's one of their events, so that'd be cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I think they used like a fixed gear bike at the games one year.
They've done that before, yeah.
I like that. Mm-hmm. I've even thought, like, I know Rogue came out with, I think they're like $500 bikes. And
it's a belt-driven bike, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I had an idea at one point. I'm like, what would it look like to get, 25 of these things?
Oh, yeah.
But, I'm like, where are you going to store 30 bikes and working on them? Yeah. But I'm like, this would be really fun if you were like, just throw a whole wrench into it. Like, hey, we're biking. We're doing 4 rounds of a mile bike into 20 pull-ups, or whatever it is. Cool. It'd be really fun. Mm-hmm. Everyone's riding their bike and you have a little route mapped out.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I think that'd be really fun. You have to watch, like, you don't want someone to get hit by a car or anything.
Yeah.
But if you did it at the right times, or I don't know, I feel like that could be neat.
Yeah.
So you guys are in complete competition mode. You've got the Masters. We've got all the individual stuff. And then we have the challenge. Are you guys doing your swimming stuff this year?
Yeah, as soon as the pool's open, we'll start swimming at Devon Pool again every Saturday.
They're renovating the crap out of it. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, it looks like they got rid of like a kids area. I don't know what they're adding to it or something.
I wonder if they're making that nicer or if they're just getting rid of it.
Yeah, I have no idea. but it's right where that kids pool was. And
Okay.
nobody really used that kids pool from what I saw.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just adding on, or I don't know.
Interesting.
Hopefully
Okay.
it's done by May, because that's when we're heading out there.
So you guys will, what time do you guys do those on Saturdays?
We do those at 9 a.m. Saturday.
9 a.m. Saturday. Now, is the pool, it's kind of closed off for anything but lap swimming then, right?
Basically, yeah. They open it up to regular swimming at 10. So we
Okay.
get there from 9 to 10, and then we go work out at the gym from 11 to noon.
So you have a little hour transition to get something to eat or something. And,
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Someone was listening to this who wanted to get into level 2 or move over to the gym. What would be like some things you would tell them to like think about to get ready for it, or what to expect that might be different? Because I know we've had some people even recently this year who maybe came like wanting to do like a Mayhem app or something at the gym, and we have this program. That's not how we really do things here. I mean, we have training space. You can perform those here. It's fine. But if you want to be a part of like our training crew, what are some things to just expect kind of coming in?
Well, so that noon in the 4:30 class, they require that checklist. And that's just for skill-based stuff, and like because we are limited on space.
Yep.
That 6:30 group does not need a checklist. So if you are looking to get into noon or 4:30, the best thing to do would be just go to 6:30, be around those people, scale the workouts where you need to, and once you can get the skills, then build through it. We do a lot more volume than all levels. We lift every day. We have a longer workout every day. So be prepared that if you're not doing like an all levels type workout 5 times a week, you're probably not prepared for level 2.
Yep.
So I always say like the first step is to build the volume of just coming to class every day. And once you can come to class every day and your body feels okay, then maybe start thinking about jumping into 6:30 like once or twice a week, see how that makes your body feel. And then after that, then start working those skills to get into the noon 4:30 and start transitioning fully.
What do you see as the toughest aspect of it when people are starting to make that move? Like that generally you see people like, okay, this is something that most people should work on a little bit more when they make the move over.
Yeah, I mean, the strict strength, I think, would be the biggest thing for the gymnastics side. So like the handstand push-up, chest-to-bar, ring muscle-up, a lot of people have issues with those, or it takes them a long time to do those.
Yep.
And like some of like the machine work, like the row and the bike, are pretty hard for a lot of people.
Yep.
That they get stuck on and have to do it multiple times.
Yep.
So, I mean, the biggest thing you can do is just when you're in a workout for all levels, just push it hard, and then work the skills either before or after class. Like if you're not touching the skills weekly, you're never going to get them. So you got to keep working on them. Yeah. I mean, when I first came to the gym, my goal was to get into level 2, and it took me 5 months to check off everything on the checklist.
Yep.
But I came from like more of a gymnastics background, so that was easier for me.
Yep.
And to do that, I just did all levels class, and then I would look at what level 2 was doing, and I just kind of do their skills from that day. And I would do that by myself until I could check off the checklist.
Yep. Yeah, it's it's usually the thing that I will say like people aren't wanting to look at in their game.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one that is like you won't have to face it as often in all levels. Like it pops up and like, oh, I might not go in that day.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna face that once a week.
Absolutely.
In level 2. Like if it's chest to bar pull ups or a rope climb or getting up on the rings and doing ring muscle ups, like you can of course like modify some of that stuff in level 2 if you need to on certain days, but it's not generally it's not the intent of the class.
That's not the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be able to move, through those workouts in a fashion that is like for it's the way it's set up. But you do a good job of like, there's levels and layers to it, just the same way we have that in all levels, how we have a fitness, a performance, and an open track. You've got a quarterfinals, a semifinals,
Yep.
and then like an elite, which would be like we're gunning for the game sort of a track.
Yeah.
And do those merge in like kind of like sometimes it's just like open and then above, or is it usually a 3-tiered thing?
Usually it's always 3 tiers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's usually always something, except for like a Thursday recovery day, but every other day there's always something that changes between the 3 tiers, just so we're all finishing around the same time or getting the same intent out of the workout.
I watch you guys all the time at noon, and it flows well, and it's people figure out where they kind of stack up, and it seems to fit well. You know, there's 20 less pounds on a couple bars,
Yep.
a few less, muscle ups or, handstand walks or whatever it might be for a certain crew, but everyone's finishing within a couple minutes of each other.
Yeah.
It's not someone, just getting buried.
Yeah.
every
I mean,
day.
intensity is what is going to breed that next step up. So if you're stuck staring at a barbell, or if it takes you 2 minutes to walk 60 feet on your hands, like you're not getting that intensity, so you're not going to get fitter.
Yep.
So like what some people might do for a 135-pound barbell, it might take the same person to do for a 95-pound barbell.
Yep.
So like you need to be able to mix and match and know where you're at in your game to match what's intended out of the workout.
I'll tell people that a lot. I'm like, you have to look at your game and be realistic with where you're at. And I think a mistake a lot of CrossFitters will make is they're putting themselves through, at least on paper, on their own, what looks like an NFL training camp for a high school football season, and it's like, you haven't developed the base for that. And so you're walking through this on your own and you're training and doing the same things that games got. That doesn't mean you're going to get a games workout. You have to be able to do this step first with some speed and accuracy. And
I mean, that would be like me and Justin Medeiros doing the exact same workout. Like it would be silly.
Yep.
If we're doing like a workout with ring muscle ups and barbell snatches, he should be doing more ring muscle ups and a heavier weight. If I'm doing the same weight as him, I'm doing something completely wrong, and I'm not doing the same workout.
Yeah. Yeah. You do a great job with planning that out. So multiple levels of people are moving through this at the same sort of speed. But what I like about it is there's this big group aspect to it. Like a good example for me today, I have just a couple nagging injuries. I modified the strength that we were building up to a heavier back squat in all levels. I did split squats with kettlebells, single leg stuff, just working on that, but did the Metcon. And I was in the class, pushed the Metcon pretty hard, felt really good about it. And I'm like, if I did that on the barbell side on my own, that Metcon might have took me 2.5 minutes longer. I wouldn't have warmed up the same way I did with a class. People in class, like I had 2 people right around me that were, within a couple reps for rounds. Like we're picking up bells at the same time. We're dropping double unders. We're on a machine. Like it made the whole workout different. And you guys are doing that every day. And I think the trap, particularly with competitors, there's a lot of like quarterfinal level competitors who are the corner guy in the gym that are they're not getting that anymore.
Yeah.
And
well, a lot of people, they think that they need this one-on-one personalized program for themselves, but really you don't need that until you get to the spear of the sport.
Yep.
Like the 5 and 10% that you can build by just doing a generalized program in a class against people next to you is going to catapult you above where you would be if you're doing this specific tempo squat by yourself in the corner. Like you need that intensity that you're going to get, that drive you'll get against other people. That's going to make you a better athlete.
Yeah.
The programming is not really what matters the most. It's the environment that you're in.
Yeah, I think Ohio State does a pretty good job with their football team
Yeah.
in practices and getting those guys pretty good at football
Yeah.
in a group setting.
Yeah.
And I think it breeds that. And then maybe at the NFL, they're like, when they're in the weight room, they might have like some really specific stuff that they're getting into. And like at practice, like, you know, you have a wide receiver, like that guy's making $20 million. Like we don't touch him too much.
Yeah.
But you got to get way up there, I think.
Oh yeah. You got to be in semifinals, if not shooting for the games, to really deserve your own individual programming.
I think so.
Other than that, everyone else can do basically anything as long as they have the right intent and the right group around them.
Yep. I think that is a really underrated aspect. And even at that high level, they need some
people to push off. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You have to have, I think when you get to that high level, I think when you can have that really individualized coaching, or if you have someone with eyes on you while you're pushing it, your why is so big. Mm-hmm. The environment isn't as important. Like, you know, you can do, if you're doing a semifinal individual workout, like you can do it without any music on at 10:30 in the morning in that gym, just with like 2 or 3 people watching you, and they're, you know, you're breathing, you're doing your jump overs and the thrusters, and there's no environment or anything, but day-to-day training.
Oh, it's brutal.
Like you don't want to be.
I mean, the perfect example of someone at the top is Danielle Brandon. She's moved around almost every year from camp to camp, changing her programming. But what she's looking for is the environment to push her to the next step.
Yeah.
Like she's always top 10 at the games, but she's still moving from environment to environment to find the one that fits her the best.
Yep.
If she could, she would just do it by herself, but she can't. She needs that group around her, the correct environment to push her.
Yeah. I always look at, I'm into like combat sports. So I look at MMA training camps and boxing training camps, and you'll see that it's usually, and I've had this experience at a very low level in these, when you have a good group of like 4 sparring partners around each other, like all those guys win.
Yeah.
They're all winning because they're all like just sharpening the sword. And it works the same way in CrossFit. I remember there was Daniel Cormier. Trying to think of the 3 or 4 guys. It was like him, Luke Rockhold, and then Cain Velasquez, and they were all 3 world champions, like heavyweight, light heavyweight, and 185. And they were all just sparring partners and worked out at the gym together. And, you know, they owned the UFC for that period of time because they were all in their prime and they were all like just grinding against each other. And when you're seeing that high level movement and you're learning like little tricks from each person, it works the same way in CrossFit. Like,
well, and when you're always against some of the best in the sport, like you're going to get better.
Yep.
I mean, we have people here who finish top 100 in the world in the open.
Yep.
And like we're finishing workouts and we're like, dang, I lost to Jordan. Well, Jordan finished that workout 15th worldwide. So I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Or like, dang, he beat me by 19 seconds here. Well, yeah, he finished top 20 worldwide in that workout. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's funny because you'll be next to someone like that and they'll kind of kick your ass on a workout. And then you get done and you see like how your time or your score stacked up. And you're like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah. I mean, like the crazy stat is, so when I first took over level 2 in 2022, it was the first year that I won the open in our gym.
Yep.
I finished worldwide in like 4,000th.
Okay.
This year, I got 6th in our gym and I finished worldwide in 400th.
Ooh.
So like in our gym, I'm worse.
Yeah.
Worldwide, I'm much better.
Yep.
And that's just our environment that we're in.
That's awesome. That's a cool stat.
Yeah.
So you boiled it down that far. Wow. That's really, really cool.
I think it was crazy to think about. I mean, I haven't won in our gym since 22. So that's 4 years now.
Yeah.
But in the world, I've been going up thousands of spots.
That's awesome. Okay, so you were 400th. Jordan was...
Oh, he was in the 40s.
40s. Caroline was...
I think... I'm sorry, that was in our region. He was in...
70s, I think.
70s.
because him and Caroline were very
close,
both within a couple spots in the 70s of each other, right?
Yeah, in the open,
Yeah. Troy was up there in the top close. 200, right? Yep. Yeah. So we had some really good top tier scores, and then Maddie. How many semifinalists do we have?
I mean, we have 15 total individual semifinalists. That's including age group and 2 team semifinalists.
Oh man, I wish we had the old regionals. That'd be so much fun to just roll into regionals.
Yeah, we'd sweep everything.
15 people.
Yeah,
couple teams.
Yeah,
you'd have to. So that would be the tough decision back then. You have to make like, okay, who wants to sit here and do a team? Who's going to try and
go individual?
Yeah, like that was always the dilemma. And back then, the team was. It was more of a. Hey, if you're not good enough to be an individual, like this is for people who are kind of like on that outside edge looking in. And then you did have, even pretty early on, you had certain gyms that sandbagged like better athletes for it. Julianne's was on one of those first teams that was like, they had 6 regional level, like high level people, and they almost won the games. They were right there. But yeah, that would have been really fun. This is going to be cool, though. You guys have – so does Syndicate have an individual – they have an individual portion of it, and how many athletes do they take for that?
40.
40 each? Okay. Do we have anyone locally doing that? The individual? Do you know anyone doing that?
Not based out of here, no.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
anyone,
not based out of here. Not that I can think of right now, at least.
Okay. Did we have any invites for that individually?
No, not that one. No.
Based out of
not that one. Yeah, Legends and NorCal, we had a couple, but we're not going out to California in a week's notice.
Yeah. They're trying to backfill stuff pretty.
Yeah.
My mom got invited to one in South America.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
For the like a Masters one. It's like, are you gonna go? She's like, no.
A week's notice to find flights and hotels. And stuff.
Yeah. Well, man, this is exciting stuff. I think when we get closer to the challenge, I'd like to jump back on here, do a whole rundown of that. Let people know what's going on. See if we can get some teams from the gym together. And you have some different divisions. So we have like intermediate divisions and some things. So you don't have to be a semifinal level athlete to do this.
Absolutely. We have individual elite RX and then teams, which are pairs. We have RX, intermediate, and masters.
Okay. It is not a beginner.
No, it's not a beginner one.
No, it is not. It's not like Festivus or anything like that. So you should be a fairly experienced CrossFitter, someone who is, doing the open.
Basically training. Making quarterfinals.
Yep.
Making quarterfinals or coming really close.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Drake. Cool. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yep.